Hey everyone, Nadine here from Stitching and Crafting just for you. My aim here is to stitch and to craft just for you. I am going to take you through the threading process of the Brother CS-6000i Computerized sewing machine. First, you're going to get your thread and you're going to get your bobbin. You're going to place your thread onto the spool pin right here. You're going to take your thread into the thread guide right there, right between the slot of the thread guide. Now you're going to take your thread to your right towards the bobbin winder right here. Have your bobbin. You're going to place the thread on top of the bobbin, hold it with your finger and get some thread onto the bobbin. Okay, now you're going to place your bobbin onto the bobbin winder like this, making sure that the thread will be in an anti-clockwise direction, going around. Now you're going to push the bobbin winder towards the bobbin stop. So the bobbin winder will go to your right and stop at the bobbin stop. Right there. The machine is on. So there are two ways you can get the thread onto the bobbin. You can use the start and stop button. If you're going to use the start and stop button, you will have to unplug the foot control. I am going to use the foot control. Sorry about that. So I'm going to start my machine by putting my foot on the foot control and press. I don't need much thread on my bobbin, so I will stop right there. But whenever you're putting thread onto your bobbin and you notice that the speed has slowed down, you know that you have enough thread on your bobbin, so you're going to stop. Now I'm going to take the bobbin winder to my left like this, and I'm going to take my bobbin from it. Now I'm going to cut using the cutter at the side of the machine. So my bobbin is now ready to be placed into the bobbin drop. Before I place it there, I'm going to take the cover off. Whenever you're going to take the cover off, you are going to look at the box right here, the square box with an arrow beside it. You're going to press that box and push it towards the arrow, towards your right, to release the cover. So there goes. I press towards my right, the cover is released. I'm going to take it up and I'm going to put the bobbin in. Now, in place your bobbin into the drop, you will follow the direction of the arrow, which goes in a clockwise direction. So the arrow goes in a clockwise direction, therefore when you drop in the bobbin, the thread should follow that direction too. So there the bobbin is in the drop. I'm going to take the thread through the slot where the arrow is and go in a clockwise direction. So you will see the bobbin spinning around in a clockwise direction. Now there's another flat thing right here that curves down. You're gonna take the thread into that groove. So the thread will go into the groove and come down. You leave it right there. Let me show you one more time. So this is the flat groove I'm talking about. The thread will go down, 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 and stop right there. Now I'm going to close the bobbin. So I'm going to take the cover. When you look at the cover, there is a tip, a little square tip. You are going to insert that tip into a hole where you see this silver thing. So you're going to place the tip right there, like that. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to press it down. You'll hear it click. So it is now covered. Then you leave it like that. Now I'm going to thread the machine. In threading the machine, I'm going to take my spool thread right here, and I'm going to pull the thread and take it into the slot or insert it into the slot on the thread guide, similarly to what I did with the bobbin. Now I'm going to follow the direction. If you look, there's a 1 and an arrow coming down. So you start right there. 1, 2, coming down, 3. You're going to go up. Taking my hand wheel towards me, turning the hand wheel towards me, you will see the take up lever of the thread coming up. So you're going to take the thread through it at 4 and then come down at 5. When you come down at 5, looking at this shine thing, which is the needle clamp, which holds the needle in place, a little below it is another thread guide right before the needle, or a little above the needle, or before the needle. This is a thread guide where you're going to take the thread. So you will take the thread into this thread guide right where my finger is. So sorry. Okay, so I'm going to take this thread into this thread guide right there, like that. Let me take it again. You can see, I wanted to see clearly this thread guide. There's the thread going. So it's now through or into the thread guide. Let me cut the thread a little. Okay. Now I'm going to get this thread into the eye of the needle. You can do so manually, but I am going to use the thread guide since it makes it easier. So I'm going to use automatic needle threader to get the thread into the eye of the needle because it makes it easier. So if you look at the automatic needle threader, you're going to see this hook. Okay, so that's where you're going to put the thread under the hook. But before you do so, you're going to take the presser foot down using the presser foot lever down like that. So up, down. So the presser foot lever should always be down and the needle should always be at its highest point. So I'm going to take using my hand wheel, turn the needle up, making sure it is at its highest point. So back to the automatic needle threader, I'm going to take the thread under the hook right here. Then next step is to use my thumb and take down the automatic needle threader, so you will notice the thread going down under the hook and you will see a grab coming forward. This grab has a slot, so you are going to take the needle through that slot toward, you're going to take the thread, towards your right and insert it in that slot. When you do that, there into this slot, so it is into this slot. Let me get it back in this slot for you. So it is right here. The grab goes there, the thread goes into this slot. You are going to release, take the needle threader up, and taking it up, you will see the thread at the back. The thread has gone through the eye of the needle, so you will just pull it. There it is at the eye, coming through. So the thread has gone through the needle. Let me do it one more time. Let me cut a piece off. So I'm going to take the thread, make sure the needle is, yes, the needle is at its highest point. So I'm going to take the thread under the hook, take the needle threader down, pull it down. Then you see the grab coming forward towards the needle. Now take the thread towards your right and stretch it across into that grab. Now the grab will pull the needle up, will pull the thread up. Into the grab. Take your time. Okay, take it across. So it pulls the thread through the eye of the needle. There it is. And I'm pulling through. So once again, it is now in the thread is now in the eye of the needle. So I'm going to pull my hand toward the back of the machine. I'm going to lift up the presser foot. So take this thread, the main thread, to the back of the machine. Now the bobbin thread, I'm going to take it up. I'm going to use the hand wheel to take it up. So I'm going to pull or turn the hand wheel towards me in a counterclockwise direction. So turning the hand wheel towards me and holding the thread here at the back, I'm going to turn, so you will notice the needle is going to take up the bobbin thread. So the bobbin thread is coming up. Okay, there it is at the bottom. Let me pull it through so you can see the bobbin thread coming up. So both threads are now out. I'm gonna cut a piece off right there and take it to the back of the machine. Now, to know that your machine is properly threaded, I'm going to get a piece of fabric and do some stitching. You will notice that the stitches will not be loose and will not be tight when the machine is properly threaded, or when you thread the machine correctly. The thread at the top and the bottom will be evenly spaced, or not loose or not tight. So I'm gonna use this fabric to test the stitch, to test the stitches. Sorry about that. So I'm going to start stitching. I'm going to use the foot control to do my stitching. Hope you can see. So that is the stitch at the top, at the bottom. Now let's stitch at the top. So we can see that we have threaded the machine correctly. And this concludes the threading of the Brother CS-6000i Computerized sewing machine. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.